What's going on, guys? Hey, how are you? What's happening? It is another Monday night, and this is the Shake and Bake iRacing Series Season 1. Daytona's in the books. Mr. Cocker was able to go ahead and get that done in a thrilling finish. Got the last couple of minutes here of practice underway, and I'll tell you what, right now, the one and only Brendan Book is on the top of the practice boards, followed very, very closely by Hunter Johnson and others. That's always interesting. That's the second time that's done that to me. But man, it's gonna be one hell of a race. Y'all are in for a great show, and I think we're just shy of 43 cars. Yeah, we're gonna be running with 40 cars as these guys are getting ready to go ahead and throw it out there to qualify. Let's show you what we're doing tonight. All right, so far it looks like our air temperature is gonna be just about 83 degrees. Track temp just a little bit cooler than that. Actually, yeah, just a little bit. But I will be by myself as we're gonna go ahead and pull up our tickers so we can show you actually. We'll pull up the tower so y'all can see exactly what's happening. And kind of follow along with your favorite drivers. Hope everybody out there is doing well. Race number 2, Auto Club Speedway, will be underway. Let's catch up with the one and only Eliza Bethal, as she looks like she is the first one out here on track in this number 64 FTR Frozen Toes Racing Chevy Camaro. Here these cars get really, really wound up around this 2-mile oval. Coming off of 4, looks pretty steady so far. All the way down to that white line, not really crossing it. I imagine we'll see her below that line on her second lap. She doesn't want to have to come all the way back up the track on her warm-up lap. That's a nice looking car though as she comes around. Again, Brendan Book was the fastest in practice. A lot of very, very fast guys and gals going to be out here tonight. So you'll actually be able to see how they fall on the tower. So far, Mike York in his number 5 has taken P1. But that's just, and what do you know, as quick as I say that, O'Brien takes the spot. Jordan McGraw right behind him. And then on the top of the board, nope, Bethal's going to log in P number 3. Last week's winner, Cocker, he goes ahead and loads up P4 and 5, and it's going to continue to fall as we go on through the field. But right now it's O'Brien, Harmon, Dohar in that number 77, Bethal P4, and Mon in P number 5. Yeah, Nate Mon, he's been doing very, very well as of late. Let's see if we can't catch in since Eliza's done. Catch in with the 46 of Jordan Bain. Bain, unfortunately, wasn't able to get it done at Daytona in this Ford Mustang GT. But as you see him coming all the way on down the track, he moves himself into P3, pushing Mon to P4. And how about Tom? Old Tom Flickcroft right now running in P number 5. Thomas Harmon so far sitting on the pole. Let's go back to John Honeycutt as you see him in this number 50 High-Tech Securities Camaro. Going through turns 1 and 2, letting it wash all the way up towards that wall. Try to scrub off as little speed as possible. And this is a very, very bumpy track. In fact, you know what? I'm actually going to show you just how bumpy this is. Let's get on down to his nose camera. And you can actually, I'm sorry, wrong one. They're right next to each other. Nose camera, there we go. I mean, you watch just how bumpy this track is. This looks like it's going to be his second lap. So we'll go ahead and bring it on back up one more time. How about Timothy Latham in this number 6 Raise Energy machine? Looks like he is done. Brian Pitskemi in the number 28. There we go. He's just now going into turns 1 and 2. And looks like, nope, he is done as well. We saw John Honeycutt. How about Brad Rivers? Brad Rivers in this number 15. Looks like he is going into turns 3 and 4. He's going to try to cut on down. Rock NASCAR out there in chat. Actually, that was through turns 1 and 2. So let's take a look at his nose going as he bounces this thing around. Very, very bumpy track, and later on that could play havoc with a lot of guys, especially in this draft. You're trying to do maybe a little bit of side drafting or what have you. I wish them all a lot of luck because they are absolutely gonna need it. Rock again out there in chat says, hello to everybody in the booth and chat, and best of luck to all the drivers tonight. I tell you what, I absolutely echo that same thing. Let's pick up the 24 morethancape.org MTC Esports number. Well, just as I say that, he has disappeared. Looks like there's still a few guys that have yet to take time. They may be waiting to see if the track temp. Nope, that's going to be it. So qualifying just kind of flew on by, didn't it? Time flies when you're having fun. All right, so let's show y'all again exactly what they're going to be dealing with out here on track. Going to give it a couple more minutes for their warm up, but here is your race info one more time. Still, this is the first ever season for Shake and Bake on iRacing for these Cup cars. 83-degree air temperature, track temp just a little bit. Looks like track temp 100 degrees. So track definitely going to be a little bit warmer than the air. That's going to make it for better sliding around in these things. Lock on Stratus says, think there are only 38 cars in the lobby, including me. I am seeing 40 in SDK, so it might be just a little bit of a disparity between the two. Not 100% sure. So let's go ahead and show you how these guys have qualified. Let's take a look. Let's get rid of... Actually, let's try that again. Let's show you how they qualified. So Thomas Harmon on the pole, Matt O'Brien P number 2, Brian Pitskemi in Matt O'Brien P3, Brian P4. And for some reason, let me try to back this up one spot. There we go. Ryan Crooks. Let me make sure that matches. Nope, it's not matching, but that is all right. It might just be a little bit of an issue while they're still in this warm-up session. That might actually be what I'm seeing. Not 100% sure, but yeah, it's still changing on my screen. So I will go ahead and get rid of that for now and show you some warm-up speeds as these guys come on around for the next 30 seconds, give or take. Mathers out there saying, going to try and stay clean tonight with no fast repairs, hoping for a top 10. Mathers, I know you can absolutely do it. Nate Mond right now with the fastest time in this little warm-up session with a 41.82. BK Doug says, Pete's the best broadcaster on Twitch. Buddy, I try. I absolutely try, but man, there's definitely a couple out there that I'm still learning from, that have a year plus experience over on the iRacing side. Now you put me in in Twitch and through Xbox with Heat or whatever, I'm right at the top of my game with OBS and everything that you can do there. All right, so warm-up is over. 80 laps are on tap for tonight. It's going to be one hell of a race. Let's go ahead and bring up the ticker. That way I can go through the field as these guys start to load in and show you who we got here. It's going to be a great race all night long as we look at Tristan Bailey and at TJ's Team Foundation. morethanthecape.org. Number 24, waiting for Ryan Crooks and the rest of everybody else to grid on up so we can go through the field as far back as we can. And now that everything should be official in the qualifying, let's go ahead and show you that lineup one more time. All right, so Ryan Crooks with Thomas Harmon, Matt O'Brien, Brian Pitskemi, Brendan Book, Timothy Latham, Jordan Bain, Nate Mon, Thomas Flitcroft, Eliza Bethel only fell to P number 10 after we saw her take P4 in qualifying. Brad Rivers, James Holzer, he's going to be, you can count on him to be bad fast here. Micah Allard, Tyler Dohar, John Honeycutt, Sean Blanchard, Jacob Kerr, Jeff No, and then we've got John Osborne. Behind John Osborne, we got Jimmy Cocker, last week's winner at Daytona. Brody Falliker, Byron Jones in P number 22 and his number 44 Patriot Esports Silverado. Jacob Locklear. Let's go ahead and get on up with these guys. They're already pulling out on track. Let's switch this up just a little bit. There we go. And let's try to get to the inside. I'm going to guess something happened and the one guy didn't start. So we're going to go ahead and bring it back one more time. Let's widen this out just a little bit. Yeah, I had a feeling that was wrong. All right, so let's SDK. Gotta love it. Okay, so there you up front you see the 25. Then you got the 68. 25. I'm trying to catch up. Yeah, there you go. That's Ryan Crooks with the 68 to his outside. Matt O'Brien and company. We are about to hit that loud pedal for the very first time tonight. Again, 80 laps on tap for tonight. Everybody getting ready to scream. A little bit of a blip start for that filter time number 77 all black machine this week for Tyler Dohar and company. So look at Timothy Latham up there in that number 6 Raise Energy machine to the outside of the 28. Let's see if we can catch up with old Mr. Latham right now as everybody on that backstretch hugging that outside wall. They say if you hug the wall here and at Michigan, it actually gives you a little bit of extra oomph in these cars. And I tell you, it's absolutely possible. Oh, it looks like we're gonna have our first caution coming to the stripe to complete the first lap. So far, nothing has popped up for me to tell me what it was. I will go a little bit further back in the field, see if I can catch what exactly it was that happened. Again, 38, between 38 and 40 cars going to be out here on track. Don't see any issue with that number 20 Cloud. In fact, I don't see very many issues at all. Here's the number 44, Byron Jones, U.S. Air Force Patriot Esports, number 44 Camaro. You see the Red Bull car right behind him. And as I look, I really don't see any cars with any real damage. Take a look back a little bit further. Kelly Mellinson, don't see any issue there. How about Michael Bain? All right, so looks like Mike Bain's going to have some kind of an issue. Let's see if we can't rewind from him since it didn't, since I didn't get any kind of a flag on that. Okay, so nope, that's not gonna happen. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back live. For some reason, SDK is not going to show me the replay for this number 66, so we're just going to roll with it. I think what you're seeing up top right now is SDK trying to catch up. There was something wrong with the actual running order. That's why it wasn't showing me. I was actually having to go all the way down in the tool to catch up with the leader. So we'll move on from here. You gotta love these. Sorry for anybody that's out there in Facebook. Unfortunately, every now and then you get these idiots But that's all right. Let's go ahead and clear this. We're going to go ahead and bring up our tower. Let's see if that corrects everything. Yeah, now Ryan Crooks is showing me the lead with Tom Harmon, Brendan Book. All right, now it looks like it's all in sync. So something was just going on with the tool, but it looks like it's all back the way that it needs to be. STK caught up with iRacing. We're now on par. Here we go. So enough of that. How are y'all doing out there in chat? Are you ready for this race? It's gonna be phenomenal. I mean, originally we were thinking that we were gonna have to go through knockout qualifying, but that's not the way that it worked out. As you see, the pace car lights are still on, but they're starting to double up. Just Spencer says, "I'm ready, Pete." I tell you what, Spencer, I'm ready for this as well. I've been thinking about this race all day long. I was out in my yard spreading seed around and helping, get some yard maintenance taken care of, and all the while I'm actually thinking about this race. How there's 59 drivers on the shake and bake roster. I was thinking we were going to have to go through knockout qualifying to get these guys loaded in. Some people were going to be a little bit upset, but hey, you don't make it into every facet of your life, just like a full 43 car field here on iRacing. If you can't put down that blistering lap to put yourself somewhere inside the top 43 with how competitive these guys are, well, that just means you got to try just a little bit harder next time by. Just Spencer says, "Let's go, Byron." Byron Jones is the one that he's referring to. Byron back here in P number 21 in that number 44 machine. No, Byron Jones is not slow at this track. He's not allowed to be slow in a United States Air Force Chevy Camaro. It is not allowed. So let's bring ourselves back on up one more time. Gonna get ready for this restart. You see the lights on top of that pace car are out. 68 of Thomas Harmon and Ryan Crooks. They've got the rest of the field in tow. Let's see how this all plays out. Here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
You're looking at the 42 of Brendan Book giving that 68 a big old shove all the way into turn one. It looks like the 25 had just enough to go ahead and bring it on down. And here we go. 25 now with about a car length and a half lead back on everybody else. Let's actually drop back with Jacob Kerr right about mid-pack. As you see, everybody comes screaming off of turn number 2 all the way down this backstretch. So far, so good. Everybody was able to hold on to it going through 1 and 2, including the number 55 of the one and only Jeff No Stout Whiskey. To the inside is Sean Blanchard in that www.swag.biz Chevrolet Camaro. Oh, I'm sorry, that's actually a Ford Mustang GT. I apologize. Guys and gals, make sure at some point after this race, you go on over to the swag.biz. If you need something that needs to be customized, hit this guy up. Tell him I sent you. Maybe, just maybe he'll help you out just a little bit. I don't know, not making any promises, but look at this field, 40 cars long. Let's drop back a little bit further. How about we pick up with the 5 Rock Straps machine for Michael York. Right behind Mike York, you see Jacob Locklear. Jordan McGraw is also back here in his number 34 Texas Tech machine, and so many more. Whole lot of great drivers out here. One guy that a lot of people were really going to be looking for as the race went on was James Holzer. Holzer right here in this number 69, no paint scheme. That just looks like a flat gray scheme. Normally he runs a Raise Energy or a Ryko setup shop paint scheme. It looks like tonight he's flying blind out of his own pocket, calling this race as he sees fit, and he's got Brad Rivers right behind him. Gamer Girl Elbow says, "Let's go 84." Let's see if we can actually go ahead and pick up on that 84, see exactly where he's at. Let's see. 84. That's going to be Jacob Locklear. A little bit further in the back right now, running about P number 32. He's down 9 spots, but that could just be because of the one early caution that we had. BK Doug saying, let's go Honeycutt. Honeycutt not too far ahead of Jacob Locklear. Here he is sitting in P number 25, down 10 spots since the race started, trying to look underneath the 39 of Jacob Palmer, and it looks like he might be able to actually go ahead and take that spot. Jacob Palmer up on the high side, might have a little bit more momentum, I should say, but the 50 of Honeycutt should have the groove going into 1 and 2. But also, the more you keep these cars pinned down to the bottom, especially at Auto Club in Michigan, you tear up a lot of your tires. But it looks like the 50 had the momentum, able to get back in the gas because the 39 wasn't directly to his outside, able to pull that slide job. Honeycutt takes the spot, and now we got the 5 of Mike York. He's going to try to go ahead and take a spot from the 39 as well. And Mike York in this rock straps, looks like Camaro also battling to the inside. So we saw the 50 be able to take the spot as down low as he got by the 39. It looks like 39 is going to pull on down, kind of take the line away from the 5. They're going to go up. They're going to go up and stay up high. In the meantime, let's go ahead and check back in with our leaders. It looks like the 6 Raise Energy Rock Straps Camaro for Timothy Latham has been able to go on up and take the lead. Ryan Crooks right now sitting in P number 2, Brendan Books P3, Thomas Harmon P4, and Brian Pizzakemi sitting in P number 5. The biggest mover out of the top 10 right now is Timothy Latham, that's leading this race, up 5 spots since we went green. Behind him, the only other biggest mover is actually going to be Hunter Johnson back here in this DeWalt deuce to be exact. To his inside, you see the 77 Filter Time Camaro for Tyler Dohar. I actually really like this paint scheme. What he had been running in the eSpark series was his car that he originally started off with in the Pro League while running on Xbox. So doing I'm digging this green and white and matte black scheme for the one and only Tyler Dohar. Right up a couple of spots ahead of Dohar is going to be Micah Allard in this number 61 Liquid Death Machine. I'm actually kind of digging that paint scheme as well. Let's see if we can't get a little bit closer of a look at this scheme. There it is, Liquid Death Mountain Water. Hendrick Motorsports on the side, of course, Goodyear. Let's see if we get a little bit of information about this driver. There it is. Michael Lard just saying that he's a Shake and Bake Cup Series driver in this number 61. And another paint scheme I'm absolutely digging. Looks really good. Talking about Tyler Dohar in his Filter Time car just a moment ago. Yeah, that's a really nice looking paint scheme as well, now that you can actually look at it up close and personal. Let's go ahead and back on out one more time. Phenomenal paint schemes. Up front, I don't think we're missing anything. I think, yep, it's still going to be Timothy Latham up there. NR Asylum cheering for Honeycutt tonight. BK Doug out there saying, let's go Honeycutt and Frozen. Alabama Soda Blasting saying, keep it going, 39. I have no doubt he will. We always see the 39 a little bit closer to the front as the race goes on throughout the night. Working lap 14 out of 80. All these guys doing a phenomenal job. That 6 is just really keeping the field behind him. The number 25 for Ryan Crooks, our pole sitter, only down 1 spot since this all started. It looks like he's got a Lonnie Pit Viper on the side, and this is actually the car that Pitbull this car, if I'm not mistaken, is actually owned by Floyd Mayweather in the actual Cup Series. It's a pretty nice looking car as well. Brendan Book up 2 spots from where he started. Thomas Harmon down 2 spots. Jordan Bain is up 2 right now, sitting in P number 5 in that B Water number 46. Man, I tell you what, another great paint scheme for this. He's all part of that Ions Motorsports team that goes right along with Brad Rivers and Mike York and a few Jeff Noe and a few others. They've all got that label or that banner going on down over the rear quarter panel with their number in place for these next gen cars, as it looks like we've got a battle for the lead. 25 able to find his way inside. Now the 6 of Timothy Latham stuck to the outside. They're thinking about making it 3 wide behind them for P number 5. 68 cars. He's going to try to slide on up. 6 slides on out, and he's going to try to get maybe a little bit of a side draft off the left rear. Now the pulling door to door. Now go ahead and trying to take that lead all to himself. Let's go on back and see if we can't catch up with Frozen herself, Eliza Bethel. We haven't really talked much about her. Right now she's right now in P13, just 3 spots back from where she originally qualified. Let's see if we can't get some details on her. There you go, out of Ohio. She is the team of Frozen Toes Racing team owner. And I tell you what, I can't wait, guys and gals. If you don't already, go on over and follow Frozen Toes. Starting April the 14th, we're actually going to be kicking off the Shake and Bake IndyCar series on Thursday nights, right about 8:30, give or take. Channel information and all that has been made available. I'll ask her to put everything out there again a little bit later on, maybe under the Xbox to iRacing page, or maybe Facebook, or whichever. But you're not gonna want to miss it. It's gonna be a lot of great fun, and it will be. Take my word for it. It will be highly advertised. Looks like caution number 2 is out. It's going to have something to do with Thomas Harmon and possibly Jordan Bain as well. Let's go ahead and break away from this 64. Find out what brought out this second caution under lap 18 as we start lap 19. It looks like James Holzer might have something to do with it as well. Let's go back and check. All right, that's a little late in it, but let's go ahead and just rewind right from there, see if we can find out exactly what happened between. There you see the 46 of Jordan Bain, the 69 and company. Looks like they were 3 wide trying to go for the lead right there. Let's pick it up right here. So you see the 69 dive on down. Get underneath the 68. Looks like he got a pretty decent run coming. 68, I think, might have had to. Nope. I thought the 68 was going to have to check up with that slide up. Jordan Bain just came on down across the nose of the 68. I didn't see where the 68 really came down. I'll rewind that one more time, and we can watch the fight over real estate between the 46 and the 68. Let's pick it up. Yeah, it just looked like the 46 of Jordan Bain came on down just a little bit and caused and brought out this caution. So let's go ahead and bring it back live. Timothy Latham, it looks like at the time of caution was the leader, and as you see, many cars going on down pit road, including your pole winner. You see the 68 rolled through his pit stops just a little bit. It looks like Micah Allard, old Chrome Capone, may actually be your race leader when it's all said and done. Let's see if maybe I can find Micah, if he's actually in Discord. So far, I don't see him. What about Ryan Crooks? All right, there's Ryan Crooks. Let's go ahead and bring him on up. See what he's got to say about this race so far. Just bear with me one moment. Let's go ahead and then move on over to him back here in this number 25. Mike, I'm sorry, Ryan Crooks, it's repeat up in the booth, buddy. You got a copy in that number 25 Camaro.
To repeat.
Well, I'll tell you what, buddy, you got the pole. So if we were running a full 43 car field, that stress was completely just taken off you. Congratulations on the pole, but it really seems like you, the 6, the 69, the 46, the 68, and a couple of others have really been vying for that clean air on and off the corners, taking a couple of runs going down the front stretch and the back stretch. What do you have for this field as we go back green next time by?
Honestly, man, I guess like you said, the top 6 is super fast. It's really hard to hold the lead here because the draft is just so strong. So hopefully if we can get a long green flag run, that can spread us out a little bit. Tire wear can become a factor. That'd be great. But honestly, man, if we don't get spread out, it's going to be really wild with all these. The runs are just so big and they're so hard to manage. But it's definitely exciting. It's a lot of fun.
Well, man, I definitely wish you a lot of luck. If I'm not mistaken, this paint scheme is the paint scheme that Floyd Mayweather owns in the Cup Series. It's called the Money Team. Well, hopefully you end up in the money when it's all said and done tonight. Good luck.
Thank you, man. Get your pit vipers. It's gonna be a show.
There you go. You were with Hagen Joyner, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll go ahead and try to get you back down there. It's been a little sketchy tonight, but good luck, sir.
All good, repeat. Thanks, bud.
You got it. Nope, that didn't work. Hold on one second, buddy. I apologize.
No, you're...
Splash Racing. That's what I was looking for. Here we go. All right, so we got the 25 back where he belongs. Now let's go ahead and get back where we belong. Let's go ahead and open up this view as we get back on the throttle. 25 on that loud pedal. 42 of Brendan Book 2 is outside. Not quite the same restart. Here's the 2 up 21 spots. That's going to be Hunter Johnson now trying to fight that 42 target machine. 2 is inside. But how about Timothy Latham in this number 6 Raised Energy Rock Straps Camaro? There is no give in this Camaro whatsoever. It seems like a whole lot of take. Right now, everybody, even though you just saw it in the frame a little bit further in the back, everybody was able to hold on to it. Here comes the 6 to the outside, 2 still holding it down low. 42 is going to go ahead and wash up towards the top of the track. They are side by side behind the leader coming across the start stripe next lap. Definitely seeing some cars a little bit further in the back getting a bit loose, having to really hold on to these things as the cars get some laps under them. The temperatures come up, and it's not. Whoa, we got one car up there in the wall. I think that might have been Jacob Kerr. We will go back and see what happened. You see Hagen Joyner, Byron Jones might have also been involved. Let's go back and see if we can find out what happened with Jacob Kerr. There you see the 11. He's up on the high side. The 2 is down low. Looks like he just got a little loose. Great job. Great track awareness by the 2. But unfortunately, the 11, he hung it up there. And it just looks like some guys tried to avoid him. It looks like he towed. But unfortunately, others were not able to come off the corner and keep it going. How about from Hagen Joyner? See the 14 up on the high side. Yeah, he just came on down to avoid the wreck. Looks like he collected at least 1 or 2 others. We also saw Byron Jones have a problem. Let's go ahead and play it from here. Byron in this number 44 has got the 91 Swag.biz machine right behind him. Getting a little loose, trying to correct it. That has been the flaw in these cars since it started. If you get loose and you try to correct it, you stand a very, very good chance of just going on up, smacking that outside wall with no hope whatsoever. Let's go ahead and bring it back live. Very, very unfortunate for Byron Jones and for Jacob Kerr. For Hagen Joyner. That wreck was none of their making, just trying to be that guy. Yeah, BK Doug, I see you out there, man. That one absolutely looked like it hurt. I mean, when those cars snap, you're just along for the ride. So with this caution, Ryan Crooks in that number 25, we just talked to him. He's going to be able to maintain. Looks like Brendan Book right now in that number 42. He's sitting P number 2. Usually Brendan is not available to chat with us, and it looks like that is going to stay the story tonight. How about Timothy Latham? I know he's down there in Ions Motorsports. Let's see if maybe we can catch a word with Tim. Timothy Latham in that number 6 Rock Straps Raise Energy Machine. Timothy, you got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, it's been a little interesting. A little bit further in the back, one car just got loose. A couple of guys tried to avoid them and ended up just losing the car on their own. I'm sure you've seen, and you may have also felt, I don't know, if you try to correct these cars under a spin, if you have that car turned to the right, you're just along for the ride, and that's exactly what happened. But man, you have been bad fast here. You've been really taking a lot of these runs to try to improve your position. You're starting P3 right behind the 42 of Brendan Book, your pole sitter to the outside, and the 20 of Matt O'Brien. All clean cars around you. I'm not going to ask if you've got anything for them because I know you do. How long till that number 6 Raise Energy Machine is back in the lead?
Well, hopefully we can get there pretty much immediately. I know I've been really good at restart so far, and if we didn't slide through our box there on that pit stop, we might still be in the lead. But I'm going to try my best here on this restart to get back up front, and hopefully we can stay there just like before.
Well, absolutely, man. You know, repping, riding along on the hood right now. Grove Rock Straps is where you need to go. Don't take the bungee chance anymore, from what I've been told. Good luck, sir. I'll get you back with your Ions Motorsports teammates, and I'm sure we'll be keeping an eye throughout the race.
All right, appreciate it.
You got it. So that is driver 6 sitting P4 right now, Timothy Latham. Let's go ahead and bring it on back out and get ready as these guys now going through turns 3 and 4, getting ready to get back on that throttle. I don't think very many people came on down pit road at that time. Really no reason to go down pit road. And yeah, getting back on this loud pedal. 3, 2, 1, go, go, go. .25 again, able to seal that bottom line. There's the 6 right now behind the 42. That number 20 Cloud Car Toyota. One of very, very few Toyotas that are actually in the field. As it looks like the 6 is now under fire from the 77 Filter Time Machine by Tyler Dohar. Right behind Tyler Dohar is going to be the number 12 Goodwrench Service Plus Camaro for Tom Flitcroft, old Tom Flitty. As you see the 25 go ahead and drop on down, trying to break the draft from the 42, the 20, the 6, the 77, the 12, the 55 now of Jeff No, sitting in P number 7, up 11 spots. So is the 81 of John Osborne right behind him. Both of those guys up 11 spots as Jeff went ahead and took one more. 77 to Tyler Dohar. Looks like he got either a little loose or might have gotten a little bit of contact to his back bumper and sent him spinning into the infield. But because he's off the track, he's not going to have to worry about, or the rest of the field, not going to have to worry about that caution. But I'm very curious. This 12 dipping on down low. I don't know if that's actually helping him or hurting him, because he's got to come on back up the track and that's going to take a little bit of time away. Long train still back here. I believe we still have 39, possibly 40, about 38, possibly 39 cars out here on track. Let's go ahead and check back with Brian Huntley or Tristan Bailey. Nope, Tristan Bailey looks like he is retired. What about Dylan Robb? Okay, so right now it looks like we still have 37 cars out of the 40 that qualified. Right now, Dylan is running back P number 37. So tail end Charlie, little bit of damage on that machine. What about the 66? There he is, and in his that he was the car that ended up with all that damage very early on. No way he was going to keep up with the rest of the field. What about the 44 of Byron Jones? Looks like he's out of the race. Had to retire after that damage, or it might still be just sitting on pit road, allowing his car to be fixed. Tyler Dohar, we just saw him go for a spin. It looks like he was able to make it back out on track, but lost every position he had, now sitting in P number 33. Yotes King out there in chat, that answered my question. Probably tried slowing up and got extremely loose and just overcorrected. Too much time needed to fix. Had a great run gathering as well. Byron, if you want to jump up in the booth, buddy, you're absolutely more than welcome. The room is under SNB all caps if you feel like calling a race with me, sir. All right, so let's go ahead and then get back up with our leaders. Ryan Crooks in this number 25 still leading. Here comes the 6 of Timothy Latham to the high side. Got a great run. Looks like he might try to pull to the left rear. Viper machine, and he was able to do just that. Put the 6 into the lead. Going into 3 and 4, Brendan Book now up on the high side. He's going to try to carry that momentum and also try to duck on down to keep in the draft of these top 2. This has been the battle all night long. The 6, the 25, the 42, the 68 and company. But now Brendan Book sitting in P number 3, Matt O'Brien P4, and John Honeycutt, a guy that we saw in the latter half of the mid-pack earlier, now sitting in P number 5, up 10 spots. The biggest mover behind him right now, though, is going to be Brody Falliker in this number 1 Hennessy Performance. Looks like Camaro. He sent out a tweet a little bit earlier saying he was going to try to get this thing in the field and get it going. Looks like he was able to do just that. Alabama Soda Blast says, don't be like Foxlaw, just the up front guys. No, I can't keep it up front. Everybody out here in this series deserves some attention. Absolutely. There's a whole lot of great battles that happen throughout this field. I mean, there's a great battle right now for the lead between Timothy Latham and the 25. These guys have been swapping it back and forth. Just behind them, the 42, as well as the 20 and the number 50. Great battle between those guys. These battles are happening all throughout the field, but right now that 12 of Tom, old Tom Flitcroft, he's trying to decide where he wants to go, as he's got a great pull off that number 20 Toyota. And at the front one more time, 6 under fire now, not only from the 25, but also the 42. He's going to come off at 2. He'll have a great run down down the backstretch, and he should have a little bit of a friend back there with a push as well. On that wall, they say it gives you a couple extra horsepower because you don't have all the air on that car, and you carry a whole lot of speed. There he is, keeping that 25 pinned down. That way the 25 wasn't able to get back into the throttle as quickly as he might have wanted to do. Really kept him pinched down, and that makes the 25 also use up a little bit more tire. He's having to scrub some off. All right, so go ahead and switch this back to switch it back to the tower. So you guys can see the rolling positions. As you see the 25 just come on right up in front of the 50 of John Honeycutt. Let's go back just a little bit. How about Sean Blanchard now back here with this 68, as well as the 55 of Jeff No. There is Thomas Harmon in that 68. Looks like he might have just a little bit of damage. Jeff No, though, he's going to tag on with that number 91 and should have a good pull. But now the 68 has some help as well from the 28 of Brian Pizzakemi. Going into 1 and 2, that 28 really high, wide, and handsome around this 2-mile oval. After this pack, looks like the next one right now is being led by the 81 of John Osborne. There you see the 61 of Michael Allard, 84 Red Bull machine for Kelly Melanson, and then of John Osborne. Then there is James Holzer. After his little bit of contact there, you can see the right side of his hood definitely a little dented in. Holzer will be a threat, as it looks like we got a wreck. Looks like came across the nose of the 2. Did that subway machine, and Jordan McGraw is the one that went for the slide. All happened right there on stream. No need to go back. I am kind of curious, though, to see how Jordan McGraw fared from all that. Let's see if we can go back, catch up with him, and see. It looks like he's smoking up a little bit right now. And then Kelly Melanson in this subway machine, number 4. I tell you what, he also really rocks a great Busch car. So yeah. Very unfortunate. Both cars now with a lot of damage. Hopefully that number 34 Texas Tech machine for Jordan McGraw doesn't blow up going back to the pits, and he'll be able to sit there for a little bit, get something fixed up if at all possible. Definitely gonna be a whole lot slower. So back up front is gonna be the 42 of Brendan Book. Again, I know Brendan, he's not really available to chat with us. Tom Flitcroft, I don't believe he's going to be out there either. I can go through real quick and double check. Nope, I don't see Tom Flitcroft. I do see James Holzer, though. Let's see if maybe we can't get a quick word with James Holzer. Mr. Holzer, it is repeat up in the booth. Buddy, you got a second to chat in that number 69 unsponsored Camaro.
Yeah, what's up?
Well, I'll tell you what, bud, I think that was a little bit of a wrong place, wrong time for you. We did see some damage on the front hood. What was ailing that car, keeping you a little bit further back than where we normally see you running?
Nothing. It's all fixed up. It should be okay. It's just really hard to pass, so we're just doing what we can and going through my pit box. But yeah, we got all our damage fixed now, and we're just trying to mind our P's and Q's and make our way slowly through the field. It's all about making the calculated stop and seeing when you can take the run, because if you take the run at the wrong time, you can lose 4 or 5 spots. So.
Well, man, I'm absolutely looking forward. I did not know that you were going to be running in this S&B series. I'm absolutely glad you're here. Looks like you're going to come out of the pits in P15. So we definitely wish you a lot of luck, and we'll look forward to possibly talking to you just a little bit later on, but certainly throughout the season. Thanks for making yourself available, sir.
Thank you. Trying our best, Pete.
I don't doubt it, sir. You are one of those guys that I very, very commonly refer to someone with no give up in them. You always run all the laps, and most of the time it bodes very, very well for you. Good luck, sir.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You got it. All right, so let's go ahead and get him on back. I believe he was in next. Yep, back to his Next Level Motorsports teammates. But yeah, I'm sure at some point we'll see some we'll see some interesting paint schemes for the one and only James Holzer. This guy is making a run at the Road for Pro and doing a phenomenal job. All right, so let's go ahead and break away from him, and we will go back to the ticker to show you how this will all restart, and we'll get back up to our leaders. Again, Brendan Book with Tom Flitcroft to his outside in that number 12. The 20 of Matt O'Brien, the 25 Ryan Crooks pole sitting Camaro as well. John Honeycutt was able to keep his number, his P5 off of pit road. Then it's going to be the number 91 Sean Blanchard swag.biz Ford Ford Mustang GT. He's up 10 spots since qualifying, so doing a pretty good job as well. Let's take a little bit of a look from the blimp tonight, looking at the first several cars. I'm guessing that the blimp right now is stationed over the backstretch, judging by how zoomed in he is on those cars. But you see them all side by side behind that iRacing hybrid pace car. All right, 42 first on the loud pedal, able to take off. Looks like Tom Flitcroft able to file in right behind him, going into turns 1 and 2. 25 is going to try to cut into the position that the 20 has. Here is Timothy Latham on the outside again in that Raise Energy Rock Straps Camaro. The man's bat fast everywhere he goes, and he's only gotten better. I keep up with him in a couple of different leagues, and just like I said, Holzer has no give up in him. Neither does that number 6 as well. Looks like Brendan Book, Tom Flitcroft, they're pretty close in tow right now. 12 came on down. Looks like we're going to have another caution. I believe this is going to be caution number 3 of the night so far. I'm sorry, 5th caution. Kind of losing track. Just past halfway. That was the start of lap number 43, and not 100% sure what happened. I didn't get anything on screen that said which car or cars had an issue on track. I think I'm wondering if maybe it might have something to do with Mike York. Let's go back and check in with him. Nope, looks like it was actually even before him. So let's see if maybe we can rewind right from there and find out what happened. All right, so looks like it's going to have to do with the 61 of Micah Allard. So we're going to go ahead and stop it right there. We'll go back to the 61 and play it with him. There he is. You see him underneath the 11 of Kerr, going into turns 3 and 4, kind of all by himself. Just lost the rear end, able to save it once, maybe save it twice. You see the 5 have to check up, but just not enough time to check up. And it also collected the 81. 81 went into the inside wall, going down pit road pretty hard. But I got to tell you, that was one hell of an attempt by the 61 to save that machine. Kudos to him. That could have been a whole lot worse. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back live one more time. All right, so there you see riding along with the 12 of Brendan Book. I'm sorry, of Tom Flitcroft. It's still showing Brendan Book up here. He's actually I was wondering where he was, riding around inside the pace car. That is the humorous side of the one and only Brendan Book. Likes to have fun. Always has. even going back to console. Loves to have a good time. Ash got a chance to meet him and a few others down in Atlanta, at Atlanta Motor Speedway several years back. Always up to have a good time. All right, so I mentioned that the caution came out on lap 43, now working lap 45. You see the lights atop the pace car are out. So the 42 is your control car. He's the one that's going to get on that loud pedal first in that Target Dr. Pepper number 42 Camaro to his outside. You got to love this this throwback. Even though it doesn't have the three would be slidden back just a little bit. Definitely, I've got this this die cast actually sitting up on in my case. It's a great throwback to the one and only Dale Earnhardt. Alabama Soda wondering where that 39 is. 39 right now sitting back in P28, talking about the one and only Jacob Palmer. We'll go back and pick up on him in just a little bit. That'll be a great view to have, halfway, or just after the restart, see how this all kicks off. Brendan Book, again, the control car, 12 to the outside, 20 of Matt O'Brien, Timothy Latham, and Nathan Mon are your top five. And here we go one more time. Pace car's off, green flag's out, 42 hard on the throttle. 12 is going to have time to go ahead and drop in. There is that 6 of Timothy Latham up on the high side. Just going to go ahead and push, as well as the 25, your pole setting car of Ryan Crooks. So you wanted to know where the 39 was. Let's go back and pick up with Jacob Palmer coming off of turns 1 and 2, going down the backstretch. And there he is, running side by side right now with the 4 of Kelly Mellinson. Definitely see a car down there smoking up just a little bit. You also see the 88 there, and you see a few others as well. 39 really doesn't seem to have any real damage on the front end of that thing. Let's see if we can get a better shot of his Strip It Naked Alabama Soda Gang number 39 Mustang GT. Maybe a little bit of scrapage on the right hand side. Let's see if we can get a shot from the back. A little bit of damage to the right rear spoiler, but not too much. As long as Mr. Palmer can stay in the draft, he should have a pretty good car. There you see him running up high, and there you see a wreck right in front of him. Got to try to lock it down, go low, keep control of the car, and it looks like he's going to be able to do that. Great wreck avoidance by the 39, and that's going to absolutely give him a few spots. It looks like that all started with Philip Bridgman, Jacob Kerr, and Frank Warner. Let's go back to Philip Bridgman and see how this all kicked off. 26 saying he wants to go fast. Right in front of him is where that wreck was. That looks like that collected the 5 of Mike York as well. There's the 11 of Kerr. So let's actually see if we can rewind off of Kerr and play that back one more time. All right, you actually see Kerr starting to get a little loose right there. He had to check up, 91, able to get on by, and then he just collected the Red Bull machine as well as a few others. You see the 9 up there getting a little loose, but very, very unfortunate. Let's go ahead and bring it back live. So no change up front. Timothy Latham, Brendan Book, Thomas Harmon, Ryan Crooks, and Nathan Mon are your top 5. And I got to agree with you, Alabama. Very, very sharp car. Great job by him to get down and go through the grass. It could have been a little iffy there. He started to go a little sideways, but was able to regain control as soon as he got back to the surface, and he moved on. Let's actually see here. I think Mr. Palmer, if I'm not mistaken, is sitting back here with Team FTR. Yep, he sure is. Let's see if we can't get a quick word with him. Mr. Palmer, driver number 39, Alabama Soda Gang, Ford Mustang GT. Great way to get through that wreck. Didn't mean to scare you, bud. But talk us through what you just had to get through in order to keep that 39 mostly one piece. Got a little bit of damage to the right rear spoiler. Other than that, Alabama Soda Blasting out there in chat, keeping up with you as you keep up with the race. What do you need to do to this this Mustang to get it a little bit more competitive?
Well, once I saw got wet, I was like, uh-oh, but I went off the track, onto grass, and got on track, on how could I miss that, so yeah. Right now, I'm gonna try to get a top 20 out of this race, and I'll be happy with it.
Well, buddy, we definitely wish you a lot of luck. You definitely have some people out there in chat pulling for you. I know you've been pretty active on Twitter, keeping up with Team FTR, keeping up with this channel, getting ready for tonight's race. I know the lights atop that pace car are out. In case we don't get to talk to you a little bit later on in the race, any quick shout-outs for you, sir?
Actually, yeah, I was give the shout out to my sponsor, kind of grassing and stuff like that, like it's got, sorry about that, CNR, drinking again, and like these got to. Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. All right, I'll go ahead and I'll get you back down with Team Frozen Toes Racing. Good luck the rest of the race, Mr. Palmer.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right, big shout out to driver 39 in that Mustang. Always does one hell of a job out here on track, also with social media, making sure that every one of his followers knows where he can be found throughout the night's race. And we definitely pull for that number 39 during the second half of this race from Auto Club. Race number 2, a little more than halfway now. We're going to work our way back up to the front. Timothy Latham, the 42 of Brendan Book, Thomas Harmon, Ryan Crooks, and Nate Mon are your top 5. Matt O'Brien, Tom Flickcroft, James Holzer, Jeff No, and Hunter Johnson are your top 10. Green's out. The 6 right now of Timothy Latham getting out to a huge gap. Actually, I want to say about 4/10 is the biggest gap that we've seen all night long. Brendan Book in that Target Dr. Pepper machine trying to stay right there with him. Looks like Brendan's going to go ahead and stay up high. The 25 was trying this earlier, but was not able to really pull away. The 6 keeping that 3/10 gap back to the 42. 42 went ahead and slung it low. Can he get on down and try a little bit of a slide job? Nope, but he is going to slide back up behind him. Able to get in the throttle, cut that down 1 full tenth. Now sitting 2/10 behind driver number 6. Tom Harmon moved up to P3. Ryan Crooks P4. Matt O'Brien P5. Let's go on back to P10 with Tom Flickcroft in that number 12 sitting up high. He's got the 28 of Ryan Pichikami right with him, as well as the 69 of Holzer. The 12 of Tom Flickcroft and the 69 of Holzer, they run together on Wednesday nights right here on this channel when they go to the when they race the eSpark series. It's actually the Filter Time eSpark series, hydrated by B Water. B Water was all over the sponsor, was all over the car, fully sponsored, literally fully sponsored for Jordan Bain. Haven't seen Bain out here for a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and go through the field, see if we can find him possibly. Looks like he is actually still out here on track right now behind the 31. Jimmy Cocker, last week's winner at Daytona, keeping up with him. And just in front of them, you see the 4 of Kelly Mellinson. The 4 had a lot of damage earlier. Let's see if we can actually find the... take a look around this number 46 and see if there's anything ailing this B-Water machine, or if he is fully fluid. Let's take a look at that left front. Nope, nothing going on there. Looks like his right rear, I'm sorry, left rear rather, does have just a little bit of damage. Right front looks like that is perfectly fine, and the right rear, a little bit of damage as well. So he's good up front, not so great in the back. Let's take a look at his chase cam and see what his spoiler looks like. Looks like he is looking all right, as both of those guys were able to get on by the 4 of Mellinson, and she was able to duck in right behind that 46 for Jordan Bain. So there are a few cars that are out of this race. Up front, you see them all just about single file in front of this number 4, the 46 and the 31 of Cocker. They are pretty much staying nose to tail, maybe just waiting to see if another caution comes out or something else happens. Jordan Bain is definitely a driver that can maintain his stuff. He's very, very conservative with his tires and everything else that he does with his car. He will not push it until the time comes, and he absolutely has to. Well, we might look forward to seeing his car just a little bit later on. Let's go on up and check in with P number 9, the one and only John Honeycutt. Let's get a little bit broader of a view of his high-tech securities number 50 Camaro. You see the 28 of Brian pulling to his outside. Behind him, you see Tom Flitcroft, Brody Falliker, Jeff No back here in this number 55 with Brody right in front of him. And then, of course, that filter time. I'm not sure if he's got the B-Water sponsorship on that car or not, but you could definitely see those big old filter time letters across the hood for Tyler Dohart. Let's actually go on board with Jeff No as he continues to try to battle through all this traffic. See what he sees from the cockpit, and keep up with him a little bit. Go ahead and turn it up, guys. All right, that was a good lap and a half with the one and only driver of the 55, the one and only Stout Whiskey, Jeff No, in his Carolina Basements Ford Mustang. And man, this guy's another one that's fast. I mean, he struggled a little bit when he first came over to iRacing, as a lot of people do, but he's getting it all under his belt. He's getting more and more laps, more and more practice, more and more league races, And I look for big things out of this guy once he's fully comfortable and he knows how to save his car, kind of like a Holzer or a Boehner or some others. But he's a great driver. He's a great friend of mine as well, and this man can absolutely put on a show. He's another one that's a member of that Ions Motorsports. As you see, Flitcroft and the 28 just up there running side by side. That's the battle right now for P number 10. They're going to go ahead and take that 3 wide, 12, 28, and I believe that's the 1. Yep, 1 of Falliker, 50 and the 55 side by side behind them. And then you got the 77 of Tyler Dorr. They look like a backwards flock of geese. 3 up front, 2 behind them, and 1. What a great job by all those guys. 3, 2, 1, and everybody working it out, listening to their spotters, listening to their track awareness as they continue to put on a show. 3 wide through turns 1 and 2, going down the backstretch. Let's catch back up with our leaders. It looks like the 42 of Brendan Book has been able to take over that lead. Let me see if I can go on back and find out exactly how he took the lead and maybe play that back for you. I don't think it's going to be all that far back. Let's try this right here. There you go, getting underneath the 6 car Latham, all the way down on the bottom, breaks the draft. 6 comes on down to pick him up and try a little bit of a side draft, and was successful at it. Great timing, great awareness to know exactly where that 42 was. And man, I'm glad I actually got back to go back and watch that over, because that was some great driving by both of those racers. Now you see him all over his back quarter panel, again trying to side draft him and pull him on back. 6 keeping the pressure on. Now the 42 on his left rear. 42 should have a good run off the high side, keeping the 6 penned down. Great run up top, and it looks like the 42 is going to be able to go ahead and clear him. So that is how the 42 was able to go ahead and take the lead from the 6. Let's go ahead and bring it back live. So now Ryan Crook sitting in P2 in that number 25. We talked to him earlier, only down 1 spot. He was our pole sitter. James Holzer right now sitting in P number 3 in that 69. Thomas Harmon in P4. Hunter Johnson up 19 spots in this deuce. Started way back in 24th. Now sitting P number 5. The next guy that's up a whole bunch of spots is going to be Ryan McCall in this number 30. There you see him right there. Another one in that Shaboom, that Rock Straps Ion Motorsports team. And then the next one's going to be Oscar Henson back here in this 88 Flow Racing, I think that said on the back. Right now sitting in P number 17. But how about Joshua Small, even a couple spots back? Right now sitting in 20th. He started tail end Charlie. He started in 40th. He's worked his way up to 20th right now. The biggest mover out of them all, but definitely under contest by Hunter Johnson right now. Hunter Johnson sitting in this DeWalt Deuce behind the number 20 that's been strong all night long. He's up 17 spots. He keeps flip-flopping back and forth between 17, 18, and so on as he gets on by the number 6 of Timothy Latham. Definitely appreciate everybody that's out there in chat, coming out, hanging out, chatting it up, and keeping me company. You see Alabama Soda blasting. You see Yotes King out there. You see BK Doug and Roslyn 029, as well as Rock NASCAR and a few others. Definitely appreciate all of you for coming out. It doesn't go unnoticed. You can absolutely bet on it. Speaking of going unnoticed, we haven't really talked about the number 15 here in a little bit. Let's pick up on old Brad Rivers in this number 15. I believe it's Ray's Energy Machine. Right now sitting in P16. Definitely has a little bit of damage. That can has been cracked at least once. And he's got the 88 Flow Racing Camaro right behind him. But Brad Rivers right now sitting about midfield, not doing too bad. I'm sure that he'd like to be a little bit further up, maybe hoping for another caution as they all came across the line that time. 11 laps remaining. So let's go on back up to the front if we can catch up with the 42 of Brendan Book. Has the 25 right in his pocket. There you see the 20 to his outside, 69 of Holzer, as well as several others. There you see the 2 of Hunter Johnson, the 68 of Thomas Harmon behind these guys. Timothy Latham in that number 6 right there. Many cars. In fact, you got a couple of teammates right here. It looks like we got the double deuce that we haven't really talked much about. We mentioned Nathan Mon a couple of times, but here he is sitting in P number 8. John Honeycutt sitting back here in P9 outside of this main pack. And if we look ahead from him, there's looking back, looking at Tyler Dohar. There's looking from the side, but looking ahead from him, you can see this pack. They are all very tight up against that wall, really just drafting. Honeycutt's going to need a little bit of help from either the 77 or somebody else, but the best he can do is really just run his line, run his own race. As he gets closer and closer to these guys, it looks like one guy got a little loose right under him. I think that, I'm not quite sure who that was. I don't think it was Ryan Crooks. That might have been the 69. It wasn't Latham because the car was just a little bit darker than him. There we go. I believe it was going to be the 2 of Hunter Johnson that got loose off of 4. And you saw the tire smoke from him. So he's dropped back a couple of spots. And up front, looks like we got a new leader, or a battle for the new leader. The number 20 of Matt O'Brien was for a moment able to pull underneath the 42 to try to challenge for the lead. But the 42 just had a little bit bigger of a push on the high side, able to keep that spot. Moving on, 9 laps to go. At the line will be 8. They see some lap cars, or could be lap cars, right up ahead of them. Will they catch them in time to affect the outcome? We'll have to see. Battle for the lead now. Speaking of that number 6 Ray's Energy Rock Straps car, I'm actually going to go ahead and crack a Ray's of my own. This will be the Voodoo flavor. It's kind of like an orange Fanta. There we go. Crack one for myself. As the 42 and the 20 continue to duke it out, here comes that 69. I tell you what, James Holzer, he is a force to be reckoned with in every kind of car, on every kind of track, in every kind of series. Whether it's trucks, Xfinity, Cup, dirt, whatever. This man is a man on a mission every single time. And there you see the 20 of Matt O'Brien come on up, give that 69 a big shot to the back end. But now, Brendan Book right now, we're actually going to go ahead and take a live look back from him. He doesn't have any damage on the front end of this Camaro whatsoever. So he is very clean. Holzer behind him, he's got some damage on the front end of that 69. You see it as he goes to pass him on the left side of his hood. So I would think in the long run, Brendan Book would be able to hold him off. But Holzer now looking low, and I mean, you can see the damage on the right front. In fact, I'll go ahead and take a little bit better look at that right front for Holzer. I mean, he's all scraped up there. So he does very, very well in the corners, but on the straightaways, that is where it kind of catches up to the 69. Great job holding on to it there. Not quite sure if the 25 got into him a little bit or not. Doesn't look like much on the backside, but these guys definitely battling hard. BK Doug, you are absolutely welcome. I love what I do, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I promise you. Widen it out again, keeping up with that 68, 25 into 69. So again, you can see, whoa, that was close. 25 might have had to check up, and that's what just brought the 50 of John Honeycutt very, very close to the back end of that 25. Might have had to check up a little bit. Holzer, again, is very, very fast in the corners. But when it comes to raw straightaway speed, that damage comes into play. You see Honeycutt diving on down underneath Thomas Harmon, trying to take another spot. 69, 50, and the 68, making it 3 wide. But how about this 3 wide right now for the lead? Matt O'Brien, Brendan Book, and James Holzer were just fighting it out. 42 and the 20. They're going to try to duke it out for themselves. 4 laps remaining. Coming to the line is going to be 3. Who's it going to be when it's all said and done? Is it going to be the 42? Is it going to be the 20 that's just really just been hiding in limbo? Is it going to be the 50 of John Honeycutt as he again dives underneath the 20? Does he have the tire left? Has he been just saving it for the right time? Honeycutt did not have a great end to Daytona, ended up getting wrecked. Coming to the line. Here he is now underneath the 20, going to go ahead and pull a slide job, getting up to the outside. Here comes the 69 of Holzer with a good pull from the 20. Again, the 50 throws it into the corner. He's got the 69 to his outside. Now the 20 to his outside. 69's got to check up. The 50 can get on the gas as soon as he wants. Pulling right along side by side with the 20. Go on down, grab a draft from the 42 as they come across the line. 2 laps remaining. This is the battle for the race. Still side by side. The 50 of Honeycutt now pulling up to the outside the inside of Brendan Book. Brendan Book comes on down in that 42 target machine to block. Honeycutt's got just a couple of more chances to get up there. He wants this W. He can taste it. He's got the tires to do something with the 42. The 42 has blocked him at every shot. Here he comes. The 42's got a lap car that he's going to have to dispense with sooner than later. 50 still down low. 3, 4 cars in a row up on the high side. 50 looks low one more time. 69 is behind this party. 50 again, he's going to pull side by side. He could try a little bit of side draft to see if he can do anything with him, but I don't think it's going to happen. Here comes the 50 one more time inside the 69. 20's going to come on down, pick up the line that the 50's been taking. Brendan Book is going to look out his rear view and see exactly what's going on with these guys. 69 up by the wall. 50 makes a little bit of contact. It's going to be the 42, the 20, and then for P number 3, it looks like it's going to be James Holzer with Honeycutt coming in 4th. Ryan Crooks, P number 5. One hell of a finish out there. And ladies and gents, I am spent. Congratulations, Holzer, as you see the 50 come on up and give the 42 a little bit of a love tap to the back end. Rock NASCAR out there in chat saying, congrats, Book. Absolutely. I tell you what, Brendan Book has been racing against some of the best in the Filter Time eSpark Xfinity Series hydrated by B-Water on Wednesday nights. Him, Holzer, and a few others have really been battling it out. Come on back Wednesday night. Make sure you got on up. Smash that follow. Hit the subscribe if you can. But now it's the 42's turn to burn them down. Going to get up a little bit of speed, go for a little bit of slide through the draft, and possibly park. What about that? Ending up in the right place after a little bit of a slide, burning it on down one more time. Congratulations to the 42 Target Dr. Pepper Chevrolet Camaro for the one and only Brendan Book. All right, so let's go ahead and bring up your total results. Let's see what we got here for you. There you go. There are your race number 2 Shake and Bake iRacing Cup Series from Auto Club results. Brendan Book, Matt O'Brien, James Holzer. That's going to be the top 3 we'll have in the booth here in just a little bit. John Honeycutt with a very, very close P number 4. Ryan Crooks, Nathan Mon, Tom Flitcroft. Tyler Dohar comes back in that number 77 filter time machine to finish inside the top 10 after a spin. Brody Folliker in P number 9. Timothy Latham in P number 10 after a great run all night long in that number 6 Raise Energy Rock Straps machine. And then Jeff No brings it home P11. Brian Pizzakemi in P number 12. Ryan McCall P13. P14 Thomas Harmon. P15 Brad Rivers in his Raise machine. Oscar Henson in P16. P17 is going to be Jimmy Cocker, the Daytona winner. Jordan Bain in his Ailing number 46 B-Water machine brings it home P number 18. Congratulations to every single one of those guys. Great race all the way through. I'll go ahead and bring up the tower one more time so everybody can see where their favorite driver finished if I didn't already cover them. And then we will be right back with your post-race interviews. All right, ladies and gents, we are back with our top 3. We're going to start off with driver number 69. Usually has a Raise Energy or a Ryko setups paint scheme, but tonight went with a clean palette. I assume we'll see some more as the season goes on. But Holzer, I mentioned earlier that I wasn't sure that you were actually going to be racing here in SMB. You had some damage on the hood of that Camaro, I think it is. Walk us through your race, how you were able to overcome, and then the challenge to bring it home third tonight.
Yeah, I apologize on the scheme. I didn't have it clicked on iRacing because I got home like right before qualifying started, and I did upload it, but it might not have shown on your end. But we were in a Reiko Camaro tonight, similar to what we run in eSpark. But yeah, we did have some damage on all 4 corners. Saved it. Was able to just barely get a little bit of damage. Saved all the power. Had 2,000 RPM still. So took our time under those couple cautions we had early, thankfully, and was able to save the damage. Or I'm sorry, fix the damage, I should say. And we just melodically made our way up through the field. It's just so hard to pass here because you really have to have a lot of runs and you have to time it just right. And with the nose damage and a hole in the nose, it was just really hard to. It was really hard to make passes, but we did what we could.
Yeah, usually with that kind of damage, you're fine at getting into and coming off the corner. It's just the straightaway speed where it's lacking. But man, you made the most out of an inopportune opportunity. Came home P number 3. I believe you missed Daytona, so there's going to be a little bit of a bounce back for you. Will you be here throughout the season, or is just kind of a when you can make it kind of gig for you?
It's just a part-time gig for right now. I think I'm doing 5 races, but we'll see as the season transpires and see what goes on. I really like this racing that we had going on. We had a really good time up front, just doing clean, hard racing, and I had a blast. And I'd love to come back for more than 5 races, racing with O'Brien and a lot of these guys that I missed racing with the PSES. They made the configuration to come together with PSES and SNB, and it was just it's been really good. And I know we did have some caution laps, but the racing up to the end was fantastic, and I'm glad we could finish that off on a green flag run.
I couldn't agree with you more. That was a great green flag run at the end. Next week, we go to Sin City, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We've seen you in action there before. Will that be next on your docket, or is that one of the races that you'll have to miss?
Yeah, I mean, I plan on doing the next 5 races.
Okay.
So, plan on seeing me for the next 5. Not sure exactly how it'll play out because of my work schedule, so may miss one here or there, but I'm going to try to make it to all of them if we can. But Vegas should be interesting because it's really, really loose on entry, and the right front really comes into play. I mean, as it does in this car everywhere, but it's really going to be prevalent at Las Vegas where you just kind of got to save. But kind of the same thing where you got to judge the runs and you got to be in the right place at the right time, and it's really hard to break away. So it's going to be a challenge, but you know, everybody here is up for it, and I think we'll put on a great show.
Well, buddy, congratulations on your P3 finish. Anybody you need to shout out?
Yeah, shout out to Frozen Toes, Kelly Melanson, everybody else, Brennan Book. I'm not sure who the other admins are to put the show on. It was awesome for them to be able to group everybody together and have a really big field. I know some people were missing tonight, so look to be having 40 plus cars week in and week out. And like I said, I have a blast, and hopefully I can race more than 5 races with these guys and gals. It was a blast. But just got to thank everybody on the car from Reiko Motorsports, JP Designs, who designs our cars. Check them out on Facebook. Scheme starting at just $5. Got to shout out Butt Kicker, Next Level Motorsports, and Laurel Auto Group as well.
All right, buddy. We will see you Wednesday night with that Filter Time eSpark Xfinity Series, hydrated by B Water. They will be at Bristol under the lights. Looking forward to it, sir.
Looking forward to it. See you Wednesday.
You got it. All right, we're going to go ahead and bring in P number 2, Matt O'Brien, driver of that number 20, who hung in the top 5, top 10 all race long and really started to apply that pressure in the closing laps. Matt, you got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Matt, I tell you what, those colors of that 20 Cloud car were popping all night long. You were up there with the leaders, really mixing it up, dicing it up. Talk us through your race. Any parts where you might have thought, man, this just feels too good. I'm too fast. Am I pushing it? Am I not pushing it enough? Should that lead be mine? Talk us through your race and any issues you might have had.
Actually, didn't really have any issues all race. Pretty much stayed top 5 all race, and just biggest thing was keeping in that. Make sure you didn't get left out. Like in this, I guess you could say the sucker hole when everyone gets single file and they go like 10 miles an hour faster than you down the straightaway because of the draft. So you kind of have to really plan your moves, and if you're gonna go for something, you really have to force the issue with like a full send. because if you don't clear them, it's gonna be a long trip to the back of the line, pretty much. But I played it smart. Only got caught out a few times. And, yeah, I was racing up there with like 20 to go. Then I fell back a little bit. I was gonna save some stuff, and about 12 to go, I started working the outside in 3 and 4, and found a lot of success there. Getting a lot of big runs off turn 4, and then basically full sending into turn 1 and making up spot after spot after spot, and then I just could not get a big enough run on Brendan there at the end. There was a few times like I got close off the exit of 2 to clear him, but I needed about 6 inches, I think. So I did all I could. Just the run down a straightaway into a turn just never developed good enough. And yeah, happy with P2 though. Auto Club's pretty insane in next gen, so just surviving is kind of a win. So it was really fun racing, and happy with P2.
There you go. Well, you were one of only 5 Toyota Camrys out in that field. If all of y'all are a team or not sure, Josh Small in the number 17 finished 19th. Michael Bain finished 27th in his 66. Jacob Kerr finished 33rd in his 11, and Brian Huntley finished 39th in his 19. So a great showing for the Toyotas out there on track for you. I told or mentioned that Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Sin City, is next Monday night. Is that a track that you've got to worry about, hearing that the entry of these next gen cars are loose into that track, or are you pretty confident around that 1.5 miles?
We did a shake and bake test race there like a month ago. I dominated, and then I went to turn 1 and it broke loose and I just died. So Vegas is very scary on entry of the turns. I feel good on speed there, just it can just jump out and get you without warning, really. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
I agree. Well, if I don't get a chance to talk to you next week, good luck. But congratulations on your P2 tonight. Any quick shout-outs for you, sir?
Just shout out to Frozen and everyone that's running this.
Fair enough. All right, let's go ahead and bring in driver 42 of that almost said filter time. Getting a little used to that. But Brendan Book in that Target Dr. Pepper number 42 Camaro. Brendan, you got a copy, sir?
Yeah, I got you there, Repeat.
I tell you, Brendan, it was a great time watching you all night long. You led a whole bunch of laps, and you just kept that target from being a target for 80 laps around Auto Club. Finishing up P number 1, I'm getting more and more used to seeing you in the top 3, whether it's here or whether it's Wednesday nights or whichever. Great run all night long. The 50 of Honeycutt was really applying the pressure in the closing laps. Did you think that maybe he had just been saving and was trying to push it at the end, or were you feeling pretty confident on your position where you were and how you were able to hold him at bay?
No, yeah. First, I just want to say, great race by everybody. Well, it wasn't our first race for Shake and Bake and iRacing, but our first non-super speedway, and I think overall everyone did really good. So, hats off to everybody in the league. I just want to say that, first off.
Yep.
So, and there was a lot of fun out there. And then as far as late in that race, I know Matthew was, putting the pressure on there once he got into second, along with Holter, and then Honeycutt came out of nowhere. So he definitely had to have saved his tires to have that speed in the bottom. I wasn't really too worried once they got side by side, behind me, because O'Brien, he was trying to run the high side a little bit, especially 1 and 2, and Honeycutt was running the bottom, so I knew that kind of helped me out. Unless one of them really just cleared the other one by a lot. So I think overall though there at the end, I think what really helped me was my drive off and my center drive off in 3 and 4. I think that I was able to run the bottom and still keep a good gap so like no one could get a run on me down the straightaway into turn 1, at least not big enough to make something happen. But yeah, it was a lot of fun up there. Everyone, they were racing hard up there at the beginning of the race. I was just kind of minding my own business, just pushing them. I'll push whoever wanted to be in the lead and just ride. And then once, we got past halfway, it was go time. You wanted to set yourself up. You didn't want to have to worry about trying to pass people, as we've seen Once those tires wear, it's kind of hard to make a move, especially on the bottom. So I think that was real key right there.
Well, man, you definitely you pulled this off. I told you last Wednesday after your great finish there, it was a great points night for you in East Park last week. It's a great points night for you tonight in Shake and Bake. You've got Bristol under the lights on Wednesday, right back here, same bat time, same bat channel. You're looking forward to Thunder Valley, same as you're looking forward to Las Vegas next Monday, or what do you got?
For East Park, I mean, honestly, I don't know about that. It's Bristol, it's Xfinity car. It's going to be a tough one. I'm locked into the next round there for playoffs, so
Yep.
I'm not really going to – I'm just going to try to have fun, hopefully not get killed too much. Then as far as Vegas, I think Vegas is, going to be kind of the same thing as, tonight was. Maybe just not as, drafty. I think it's going to still be drafty, but there might – your tires will wear out a little bit more, and so I think that's going to be more of a play late in the run. I think when I did NIS, you could actually see guys start to pull away a little bit, about the halfway mark in the run because they saved their tires a little bit better. So I think tire management will be a little bit better, there, and maybe some guys will break away if they're really good. But I think it's going to be very similar tonight. It's going to be all about track position and, how you do, holding people off on the high side.
Well, buddy, congratulations on this W. You're starting this 16, 18 week season off with a bang. Congratulations on the W. Any quick shout outs for you, bud?
Just all the admins, got Frozen, York, Honeycutt, Kelly, myself obviously. I'm drawing a big blank right now. There's so many of us that are there.
Spotlight on book. There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's a lot of us, so everyone, all the work that we put in to try to, get this going, and I think it's going good so far. And then just a little note to you, it's 26 weeks, not 18. So
I tell you what, I didn't count. All I know is I'm loving this season so far.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that you are, and I hope your viewers are too.
There you go. All right, ladies and gents, that is going to go ahead and wrap it up for me. Next Monday night, as you just heard me tell all three of our top three, we are going to go to Las Vegas Motor Speedway to Sin City. You see who's going to put it all on red, put it all on black, and let it ride. We'll have to see around that 1.5 mile track in the desert. Again, we'll see you all again on Wednesday night with the Filter Time East Park Xfinity Series, hydrated by our buddies at B-Water, right around 9:30 Eastern. And then again on Saturday night with the ARCS Showdown Series when their trucks hit the track as well. Be safe, everybody. Stay cool, and we'll see you soon. Take care.